we heard earlier how the uptake, how mobility is starting to accept hydrogen more. But do you believe that perception is still a problem, especially when you see maybe exposed cylinders on a truck or something like that?
Well, thank you for the question, Thomas. Again, perception is a question which is not easily solved. It doesn't matter how many times we offer this to try to educate the larger amount of people. It's not enough to make one short explanatory video on YouTube or on social media and think, yeah, well, that's it. Now everybody understands how it should be. No, that matter is more complex and requires repetition, repetition, repetition. So when people see that cylinder of the tanker, they all think, oh, that's a bomb and that's dangerous. Well, I don't know any utility to any machine which is perfectly safe of harming people. Doesn't matter how it is. I know a friend who fell off the bike riding bicycle and he broke his face. So, and a lot of people are dying daily on the roads by just crossing the zebra. And this is the question about how safe we really built the fuel systems, how safe are the vehicles built, and on the way to that, we also need to continue educating the broader masses, but the final customer and the final users and everybody who will be maintaining the vehicles in their daily lives. Because we already have seen many times that some take it too lightly. So if we sell a vehicle which was not produced in big quantities so far, the final user needs to be trained, perfectly trained and retrained, and also the maintenance workers on the specialties or special features of these vehicles. So to understand what does it mean to have own refueling station on the depot, for example, or what does it mean to have inspections on the vehicle, how do we treat the gas lines and the cylinders, and so on. So, on my personal view, perception is definitely something all of us could work more to bring it down from the high level rather to the general population who will be later using these hydrogen cars. Is it personal cars? Is it light duty vehicles? Because the other cars, other vehicles like buses, trucks, construction equipment, those most probably are mostly be used by one certain depot, by a certain company who will make sure to train their employees better in the future, inform them, and then to retrain.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Radiša. Certainly important that we keep covering perception here, and maybe we're preaching to the choir here on H2View webinars. But David, how do you deal with this negative perception of a hydrogen vehicle?
I really wanted to jump in the discussion about this. No, it is a topic, and in the recent weeks, we have put about 200 people, whether they're customer, Renault network or partners, in the vehicle. And there is a quiet stress prior to the test where the driver comes and say, okay, I'm driving the hydrogen car for the first time, no comments. But then as soon as they get out, big smile, it's an EV. So for them, it's a big revelation that hydrogen fuel cell makes electricity and they drive a regular electric car. And for them, that's a big change. And therefore, the trust and the stress goes away right away. After, obviously, as Radiša said, we need to educate, communicate. When you drive a diesel, there is energy under the vehicle in the tank. When you have a battery, same situation. It's exactly the same for hydrogen. But Tom mentioned the regulation linked to hydrogen. And today, they are extremely severe because no one wants to have an issue that would jeopardize the growth of hydrogen economy. So for us, I think we need to use that as an asset, saying, okay, it's very rigorous. We have to demonstrate, and in France, for example, we presented the car after 13 months of existence. We passed all the tests, and the French authorities took 9 months to check everything and ask many other documents, other validation, prior to giving us the approval. So it's a learning process for them too, but altogether we are making sure that what we are providing is absolutely safe.